Learning English, the podcast.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the Learning English podcast, your go-to English podcast for learning English in a simple way. I'm Carol.
And I'm Wإيدو. Carol, I have to tell you something embarrassing that happened to me yesterday.
Oh no, what happened?
I was at a coffee shop, and the barista asked me, "How's it going?" And you know what I said? I said, "I'm going to work." She looked so confused.
Oh, Edu, that's actually hilarious. But I've done worse. Last week, someone said, "What's up?" to me, and I literally looked up at the ceiling.
No way, you didn't.
I did. And the person just stared at me like I was crazy. That's when I realized knowing grammar is not enough. You need to know the expressions people actually use every single day.
Exactly. And that's why today's episode is so important. We're talking about the 20 most common expressions in English, the ones native speakers use from morning till night.
Yes, these aren't fancy phrases you find in textbooks. These are real, everyday expressions that will make you sound natural and confident, whether you're at work, with friends, or just buying coffee.
And here's the best part. You don't need perfect grammar to use them. You just need to know when and how. By the end of this episode, you'll have 20 powerful tools in your English toolbox.
At the end, we'll also break down some key vocabulary words we use today, so make sure you stay until the very end.
So, are you ready to sound like a native speaker?
Let's begin.
You know, Carol, before we dive into the expressions, I want to ask you something. Why do you think expressions are more important than grammar sometimes?
That's a great question. I think it's because expressions show you understand the culture, not just the language. When someone says, "How's it going?" they're not asking for directions, they're greeting you.
Exactly. Grammar makes you correct, but expressions make you sound real. I remember when I first started learning English, I would say things like, "I am very tired." And technically, that's correct.
Right, but a native speaker would probably say, "I'm exhausted," or "I'm beat."
Yes. And those little differences matter. They make people feel like you're one of them, not just a student reading from a book.
I love that. It's like the difference between cooking from a recipe and cooking from your heart. Both can taste good, but one feels more authentic.
Perfect comparison. And today we're going to give you 20 expressions that come straight from the heart of everyday English. Let's start with the morning.
Ah, yes, mornings. When I wake up at 6 a.m., the first thing I think is not good morning. It's usually, already?
I know that feeling. I set my alarm for 7, and when it rings, I always think, just 5 more minutes.
And that brings us to our first expression, just 5 more minutes. This is what people say when they want to sleep a little longer or delay something. It's very casual and very common.
Yes, you can use it for sleep, but also in other situations. Like if someone says, "Are you ready to leave?" You can say, "Just 5 more minutes. I'm almost done."
Exactly. Now, after I finally get out of bed, I take the bus to work. And on the bus, if I see someone I know, I don't say, hello, how are you today? I usually just say, hey, what's up?
And that's expression number 2. What's up? It's a super casual greeting. You can use it with friends, coworkers, even people you meet regularly.
Right. And the answer doesn't have to be long. You can just say, not much, or nothing much. You?
Perfect. Now, sometimes on my way to work, I stop to grab coffee. And that's expression number 3, grab. When we say grab, we mean to get something quickly.
Yes, I need to grab a coffee. Let me grab my bag. Do you want to grab lunch later? It's so common and it makes you sound very natural.
I love that one. And speaking of coffee, when I'm at the cafe, sometimes I run into people I know. That's expression number 4, run into. It means to meet someone by accident.
Oh, yes, I ran into Sarah at the supermarket yesterday. It's not planned, it just happens.
Exactly. And when you run into someone, you usually say, hey, long time no see. That's expression number 5. It means you haven't seen them in a while.
Yes, long time no see is friendly and warm. You can use it with old friends, former classmates, or anyone you haven't seen recently.
So, those are our first 5 expressions. Just 5 more minutes. What's up? Grab, run into, and long time no see. All perfect for starting your day.
Now let's move to work and study situations, because that's where things get interesting.
Oh, yes. When I arrive at the office, I check my emails first. And if I see a difficult task, I usually think, I'll deal with it later.
And that's expression number 6, deal with. It means to handle or take care of something, especially a problem.
Right. I need to deal with this issue. Can you deal with the client? I'll deal with it after lunch. Very useful in professional situations.
Absolutely. Now, sometimes in meetings, people say things I don't understand. And when someone explains it clearly, I say, oh, that makes sense.
That's expression number 7, makes sense. It means something is logical or easy to understand.
Yes. Does this make sense to you? It doesn't make sense. Now it makes sense. You'll hear this all the time at work.
And here's one I use almost every day. When I remember something I forgot to mention, I say, oh, by the way.
Expression number 8, by the way. It's a transition phrase. You use it to add extra information or change the topic slightly.
Exactly. By the way, did you finish the report? Oh, by the way, I saw your brother yesterday. It keeps the conversation flowing naturally.
I love that one. Now let's talk about expression number 9, figure out. This means to understand or solve something.
Yes. I need to figure out this problem. Did you figure out how to use the software? I can't figure out what she meant.
It's perfect for work, studying, or even daily life challenges. And finally, expression number 10. When I finish work and want to relax with friends, I say, do you want to hang out?
Hang out means to spend time together casually. No big plans, just relaxing and enjoying each other's company.
Right. Let's hang out this weekend. I'm just hanging out at home. We hung out at the park yesterday.
So those are expressions 6 through 10. Deal with, make sense, by the way, figure out, and hang out. All super useful for work and social life.
Now let's move to the emotional and social expressions, because these help you connect with people on a deeper level.
Yes. Sometimes at work, a coworker tells me surprising news, and my first reaction is, no way.
Expression number 11, no way. It shows surprise or disbelief. It's very casual and emotional.
Exactly. She got promoted? No way. You finished already? No way. It's short, simple, and powerful.
And when someone shares good news with me, I usually say, "That's awesome."
Expression number 12. That's awesome. It means something is really great or impressive.
Yes, you passed the exam? That's awesome. We got the project. That's awesome. It shows genuine excitement.
Now, here's one I say a lot when I agree with someone. I know, right?
Oh, yes. Expression number 13. I know, right? It's a casual way to say you completely agree with what someone just said.
For example, if someone says, "This coffee is amazing," you reply, "I know, right?" It creates connection.
Absolutely. And sometimes when I'm not sure about something, I say, "I'm not sure, but..."
That's expression number 14. I'm not sure. It's an honest way to admit you don't know something completely.
Right. "I'm not sure, but I think the meeting is at 3 o'clock. I'm not sure if she's coming." It's polite and humble.
And here's one for when you're tired or frustrated. I can't deal with this right now.
Expression number 15. It means you're too overwhelmed to handle something at the moment.
Yes. I can't deal with this traffic. I can't deal with drama right now. It's very honest and relatable.
So those are 11 through 15. No way. That's awesome. I know, right? I'm not sure, and I can't deal with this right now. All perfect for expressing emotions naturally.
Now, let's talk about the last 5 expressions. These are for ending conversations, making plans, and saying goodbye like a native speaker.
Yes, because knowing how to exit a conversation politely is just as important as starting one.
Exactly. So when I need to leave, I don't just say goodbye. I usually say, "I should get going."
Expression number 16. I should get going, or I've got to go. It's a polite way to end a conversation.
Right. "It was great talking to you, but I should get going. Sorry, I've got to go. I have a meeting."
Perfect. And when I want to make plans with someone, I say, "Let's catch up soon."
Expression number 17. Catch up means to spend time together and talk about what's been happening in your lives.
Yes, we should catch up over coffee. Let's catch up this weekend. It's warm and friendly.
And if someone invites me to something, I might say, "I'll let you know."
Expression number 18. I'll let you know. It means you'll give them an answer later because you're not sure yet.
Exactly. "Can you come to the party?" "I'm not sure. I'll let you know." It's polite and buys you time.
Now, when someone finally arrives somewhere, we say, "You showed up."
Expression number 19. Show up means to arrive or appear somewhere.
Yes. Thanks for showing up. He didn't show up to the meeting. I'll show up around 7.
And finally, when I'm saying goodbye to close friends, I often say, "Take care."
Expression number 20. Take care. It's a warm, caring way to say goodbye.
Right. "See you later. Take care." "Okay, take care. Bye." It shows you genuinely care about the person.
So those are the final 5. I should get going. Let's catch up. I'll let you know. Show up and take care.
And there you have it. 20 expressions that native speakers use every single day. From waking up to going to sleep, these phrases will make you sound natural and confident.
But here's the thing, Adu. Just hearing them once isn't enough, right?
Absolutely not. You need to practice. You need to use them in real situations, even if it feels weird at first.
Yes. I remember when I first started using "What's up?" I felt so awkward. But after saying it 10 times, it became natural.
Exactly. The key is repetition in context. Don't just memorize the list. Try to use 3 or 4 expressions this week in real conversations.
And pay attention when you watch movies or listen to podcasts. You'll start noticing these expressions everywhere.
Yes, because once you know them, you can't unhear them. They're literally in every conversation.
And that's the beauty of it. These aren't textbook phrases. They're living, breathing parts of everyday English.
So listeners, here's your challenge. Pick 5 expressions from today's episode, write them down, and use them at least once this week.
And comment below. Tell us which expression was your favorite and why. We'd love to hear from you.
Now, before we finish, let's break down some key vocabulary words we use today so you can really understand and use them in your own conversations.
Yes, let's do it. Let's start with exhausted. This means extremely tired. Not just a little tired, but really, really tired. For example, after working 10 hours, I feel exhausted.
Next, run into. This is a phrasal verb that means to meet someone by accident. For example, I ran into my old teacher at the mall yesterday.
Then we have grab. This means to get something quickly or casually. Like, let me grab my jacket, or do you want to grab dinner tonight?
Another important one is deal with. This means to handle or take care of a problem or situation. For example, I need to deal with these emails before I leave.
Next is make sense. This means something is logical or easy to understand. You can say, does this make sense? Or now everything makes sense.
By the way is a really useful transition phrase. You use it to add extra information or change the topic slightly. For example, by the way, did you see the news today?
Catch up means to spend time with someone and talk about what's been happening. Like, let's catch up over coffee this weekend.
Figure out means to understand or solve something. For example, I'm trying to figure out how this app works.
Hang out means to spend time with friends casually with no big plans. Like, we're just hanging out at my place tonight.
And finally, show up means to arrive or appear somewhere. For example, he didn't show up to the meeting, or I'll show up around 8 p.m.
So those were our key vocabulary words. Exhausted, run into, grab, deal with, make sense, by the way, catch up, figure out, hang out, and show up.
Try using at least 3 of these in your conversations this week. The more you practice, the more natural they'll become.
And that's it for today's episode. Thank you all for joining us.
Remember, fluency isn't about knowing every word in the dictionary. It's about using the right expressions at the right time with confidence.
So don't waste your life memorizing grammar rules. Start using these expressions today, and you'll sound like a native speaker before you know it.
We'll see you next time on the Learning English podcast. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and take care.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.